Hey guys, thanks for joining me on this Periscope this afternoon. It is here where I am in Darwin. It's great to be back on doing a Periscope blog question and answer on this week's blog, How to Have Unlimited Self-Confidence. So if you're joining me on the replay of this video on YouTube, then please hit the subscribe button down below there so that you can stay up to date with all of these videos, and so that you can check out all my other videos which I release each week on workout, so you can join me for a workout. It's awesome to have you on Periscope today, so welcome along, and let's get into it. So this week's blog, as I said, is how to have unlimited self-confidence. So confidence is a feeling or a belief that you have in yourself, someone else, or something. Confidence is a powerful motivator. It can motivate you to take action or not take action based on the perceived pain or pleasure that is imminent. Confidence is a significant factor in a person's level of success and life satisfaction. So if you've got any questions, I'll be answering those questions at the end, and here we go. So confidence is specific to any given situation. You can be highly confident in one situation but completely lack confidence in another. An example is, for example, like a lecturer might be extremely confident in lecturing to 25 students, but as soon as they've got a lecture to 25 colleagues, it's a different story. And it's the same with this Periscope today. I could jump up in front of friends and lecture this topic or talk about this topic with friends, but then to do it on Periscope in a broadcast which is live, it can be quite scary. However, if I was filming it for YouTube, it might not be as scary because I know that I can edit it and cut it and do all that stuff, which is what's happened if you're watching this on YouTube. So your level of confidence is related to your experience with that. So the more experience you get with a situation, the more confident you get. So for example, when you first started driving, you were probably really nervous. You were thinking about all the things that had to go on. For example, shoulder checking, putting on your indicator, changing lanes, pushing in the clutch, changing gears, letting out the clutch, pushing back in the accelerator, watching the cars ahead, the cars to the side, the red light up ahead, and so on. And eventually, over more and more practice and experience that you got with driving, you became more autonomous. So confidence can be boosted by simply doing. The more you do something, the more confident you become at it. And the word confidence actually comes from the Latin word fidere, which means to trust. So it's trust in your ability to be successful in any situation by adopting these 5 strategies, which I'm going to talk about here. So, how do you have unlimited self-confidence? First of all, of course, get the experience with the situation. So in specific situations, get the experience. Just simply go out and do. But I'm going to give you 5 strategies that you can use to go out and get confidence before you have the opportunity to go and have that experience. So the first one is to tell yourself what you want to hear. We are in control of our own thoughts. So why not make up the thoughts that we want to have? We don't need to be a slave to our thoughts. Let us control our mind, not our mind control us. So the process goes thinking, feeling, behaving. Therefore, negative thoughts lead to negative feelings, which in turn lead to negative behaviors. So changing your behavior requires that you change your thinking. And then, of course, through changing your thinking, you'll change your feelings. And this can happen very quickly at times, and even subconscious. Those thoughts into feelings, into behaviors can happen very quickly, and that's what sort of impulses are, I suppose. So start recognizing your thought patterns by writing down what thoughts you have. So let's just say sometime a day, let's make it 10 a.m. You're going to schedule in 2 times where you write down every single thought that goes through your mind. Now, this can be very difficult because there's probably too many thoughts going through your mind. I would suggest, unless you're very, very mindful, that you cannot keep up with. So what I would suggest is that maybe you record it. Get your phone out and you record your thoughts. So write down as they're coming up, say, and then you've got little snapshots as to what your thoughts are. You can do this at any time of day. I've just picked out 10 a.m. and I've picked 2 minutes. You can do it for longer, you can do it for less. But this is a really good way to start to become mindful of the thoughts that are going on in your mind. But the second one is the real magic. And number 2 is to meditate. And that's what I did for 5 minutes right before I jumped on this broadcast to film this. Because that relaxes me, it opens my mind up, becomes like a parachute, and I can let my mind branch off. I become more clear in my thinking, and I become more creative. So during meditation, your mind and your body relax. Your mind will still wander in meditation, and a lot of people say, oh, I can't do meditation, I can't meditate, I can't shut my mind up, I can't stop it from going crazy. And this is the case for pretty much everyone. And it takes practice doing meditation and recognizing when you're having thoughts which are running off on a waterfall of different thought patterns. Bringing that back is like doing a bicep curl every single time. So it's good. Every time you have your thoughts wander and go away off on some little train, it is very, very good for your mind. It's like doing a bicep curl each time you bring it back. So acknowledge those times and be joyful for them, because it's an opportunity for you to strengthen your mind. As you practice mindfulness through meditation, you become more mindful throughout the day, and that's in other times of the day as well, even when you're not meditating. And this will help you to respond to situations with calm and with clarity. Number 3 is use affirmations. Affirmations are statements about yourself that are positive and reflect who you want to be. This is very similar to number 1, which was to tell yourself what you want to hear. But in this case, we're being strategic about it, and we're coming out with a plan, and we've actually got some statements that we want to repeat. So the difference with this one is that you're going to select specific statements, and I recommend choosing up to 5, with less in the beginning being better. So examples of affirmations that I've listed on the blog are: success always flows into my life. I let happiness manifest in my life. My body is infused with energy. I am a money-making machine. I look for lessons from every situation. So there are just some examples, and you can say anything that you like. I suggest keeping it short, so it's no more than about 5 or 6 words in the sentence, and then starting with less in the beginning. But select a time, again, schedule it if you have to, because as we know, what doesn't get scheduled often doesn't get done. So create a time, create a reminder on your phone, or put it in your calendar so it beeps at you, or whatever you have to do to make sure that you do it every single morning, and repeat those affirmations to yourself as many times as you can. I suggest doing it about 20 times. You can do it for longer if you like. You can do it repeatedly for 2 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever amount of time you've got. Obviously, the longer is going to be better. So affirmations are very, very effective. Oh, the other thing too is to make sure that you do them at any time throughout the day as well. So you might schedule time in the morning. You might also schedule time at night. 2 of the best times to do it. I suggest, if you can only do it once throughout the day, that you do it in the morning. But think about any little short break that you've got. And in this, that's where I say think about toilet breaks. If you're going off to the toilet, or whatever it might be, where you've just got a couple of minutes of alone time to yourself, or it might be at a break time at morning tea, you say those affirmations to yourself again, or have them up on your office wall or beside your computer so that you can say them as many times as you can. Number 4 is act the part. One of the most effective confidence building hacks is to fake it. Pretend you're an actor and act as if you are confident. Picture what a confident person looks like and emulate that. How do they dress, walk, stand, and communicate? How does a confident person talk? And what sort of things would they say to themselves? Take notice of the feelings that arise within you and act like a confident person. Acknowledge those feelings and enjoy the feelings that come up. Now, I did this when I was in high school. I started pretending that I was confident, because in grade 8 and 9, which was about 13 or 14, I was not the most confident person. But throughout those years in grade 9 and 10, as a 14 or 15-year-old, I just started playing around and being silly with my mind and just acting like a confident person. Now, I stumbled upon this, and people suggest it and do that sort of thing, and so I was very lucky that I just sort of thought, I'm going to pretend to do this. I think I was doing an acting, it was a drama class or something, and we were probably doing something along those lines, and I started acting like a confident person, and I noticed that I felt different, and I started to behave differently. I started to interact with people differently. And so when I told myself things that I wanted to hear, which was number 1, and acted the part, which was number 4, then I started to feel confident. I started walking like a confident person, acting like a confident person, dressing slightly differently, not the geeky sort of 14-year-old that I was before that, and started just simply acting like a confident person. And it was crazy. I couldn't believe it. I started to feel differently, and the people around me started interacting with me differently. So it's a very, very powerful tool, that one, acting the part. Number 5 is make the choice. This is 5 of 5. Choose to be confident. You choose who you want to be. Don't make excuses for where you are in your life right now. Accept the events that have brought you to reading this blog today, or listening to this Periscope, watching this Periscope, or watching this on YouTube, and make a pact with yourself that you are in control from this day forth. and that you will live with confidence. So, to summarize, confidence is a belief you have about yourself, someone else, or something. Confidence comes from the Latin word meaning to trust. It is the trust you have that a particular outcome will ensue. Your level of confidence is specific to each situation and your experience with that situation. So, I'm going to leave you with a question to ponder. What similar situations bring out varying levels of confidence? I'm sure there's been situations which you've probably thought are very, very similar, and that you've responded in very, very different ways with varying levels of confidence. So, leave your answer over on the website at jacobandre.com to that question. And if you've got any questions or comments about this broadcast or this video on YouTube, please leave them in the comment section below or back on the website at jacobandre.com. I love reading the comments and I always respond to each and every one. You can connect with me on Facebook at Jacob T. Andre, on Twitter at Jacob T. Andre, and on Instagram at Jacob T. Andre, and I always respond to the comments that I get on the posts and the tweets and the photos there. So thanks for joining me for this broadcast. Again, it's been a privilege and an honour to be speaking with you. I'm really glad that you've watched through to this point, and I hope that you can join me for the next one. I'll be broadcasting these Periscopes live every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Australian Central Standard Time, and you can catch them a few days after that on YouTube. So thanks for joining me. Head on over to the website for more great resources that I've already prepped ready for you to go, and I look forward to connecting with you soon. Thanks, and I'll see you soon, guys. Have a great afternoon.